What is going on, everybody? It's Brendan Abbott coming to you with KBR Sports, the best sports podcast of your 24-hour day. Right in the midst of the NBA Finals. Hopefully everybody's having a great sports weekend. But as you always know, if you ever wanted a central location where you can find all Brendan Abbott content, you can find it at my new website, brendanabbott.com, which has episodes of the podcast, my blog, and other content you can only find on brendanabbott.com. So make sure you go check it out. And also follow and subscribe to the KBR Sports Podcast on Rabble TV, Spreaker, SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. That way you receive notifications whenever the KBR Sports Podcast is streaming live or when a new episode is posted. And also follow the KBR Sports Podcast on Twitter at KBR_sports, where the links, topics, podcast updates are tweeted. And finally, most importantly, make sure you comment, like, and share your favorite KBR Sports episodes to give your opinions on any topic to show your support for the show, which I always appreciate from you all. Like I was alluding to earlier, we're in the midst of the NBA Finals for the quadrilogy of Cavaliers, Golden State Warriors, and what is the pursuit of LeBron for him to try and etch his name as the greatest of all time. And whether you stand on the fact that he already is, or whether you sit on the side of he's still chasing Jordan, or him and Jordan are equals and he hasn't surpassed him yet, whichever side you stand on it, you realize you are watching history. Seeing him do a performance like he did in game one, where he put up 51, 8-8, and the performances that you just see him having to put on to put this Cleveland team in the chance to win a championship is nothing short of spectacular. But it all kind of got overshadowed with the whole J.R. Smith play, which you can see on the prior podcast from yesterday or so, a couple of days ago, where I was talking about it with Sebastian and we were talking about what happened in that game. But the whole Michael Jordan and LeBron talk always gets me thinking about, what does LeBron have to do to essentially, in my personal opinion, be on the level of Mike? What else can he do to get himself on that level? That whole dynamic essentially made me think of things, and when I think of the two, this is what I tend to think about. Being compared to other greats is a testament to one's own greatness. While players themselves might publicly discourage comparisons to other greats because they want to be seen in their own uniqueness and in their own greatness bubble, it's one of those things that there are, of course, levels to this. A player of LeBron's caliber would scoff at the notion of being compared to someone along the lines of a Karl Malone or a Carmelo Anthony. Each player is great in their own way. However, there are levels of greatness that are definitely segmented. When someone is compared to Michael Jeffrey Jordan, it's the ultimate nod towards that individual's greatness. Jordan represents the standard of perfection, 6-0, and the embodiment of being the best at one's particular sport. That is why if anyone ever says to you, you are the Michael Jordan at a particular thing, you'll walk away with a smile as opposed to scoffing at the notion. LeBron James has spent his entire career in Jordan's shadow. That shadow stood tall throughout most of LeBron's career. However, the shadows diminished over time, to the point where some believe LeBron is his equal or even has surpassed him, like I alluded to earlier. While I personally believe LeBron is still in the pursuit of Jordan's legendary status in the sports world, there is a way for him to at least stand eye to eye with the specter that is Michael Jordan, beating this Warriors team. James and this year's Cleveland Cavaliers team are all-time underdogs to the star-studded Warriors team. A Warriors team that's equipped with a two-time MVP in Steph Curry, an MVP/4-time scoring champion Kevin Durant, and Finals MVP, one of the greatest shooters ever in Klay Thompson, and a Defensive Player of the Year in Draymond Green. It is an NBA Finals James is not expected to win by any means, especially after losing last year's NBA Finals in 5 games to practically the same team. And he had Kyrie Irving by his side. This would take the crown as James's greatest achievement, even surpassing him leading the Cleveland Cavaliers past the 73-9 Warriors team of 2 years ago. Well, while James' resume may not duplicate many of Jordan's greatest feats, he can include many of his own feats that are comparable in stature. Every game in the NBA Finals counts towards LeBron's legacy, particularly where he will sit when it's all said and done. And we have years to find out where that will be. Alright, y'all, so if you ever wanted a central location where you can find all my content, make sure you go to my new website, brendanabbott.com, which has episodes of the podcast, my blog, and other content you can only find on brendanabbott.com. So make sure you go check it out. But also follow and subscribe to the KBR Sports Podcast on Rabble TV, Spreaker, SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. That way you receive notifications whenever the KBR Sports Podcast is streaming live or when a new podcast episode is posted. But also, remember to follow the KBR Sports Twitter page at KBR_sports, where the live links and show topics are tweeted prior to every single show. And don't forget, most importantly, make sure you comment, like, and share your favorite KBR Sports episodes to give your opinions on any topic and to show your support for the show, which is always appreciated. Like I was saying, I want to hear you guys' opinions on this. I know a lot of people go pro LeBron, a lot of people go pro Jordan, and everybody has their own reasons for it. So comment and share your reasons with me so I can see what you think about it. Me and Sebastian, who was my guest for the show a day or so ago, in which we're going to be talking about, we're going to do our own rendition of this argument because we want to kind of give our opinions on this. A lot of people have differing opinions on this topic, so definitely want to hear you all chime in and give your thoughts and opinions on it. So for now, guys, I'm out.